All right, we are here live about to with Jessamyn Stanley. Welcome here to Yoga with Yogi Marquis, where I do yoga live with other folks that are leading the yoga today. So today we're doing two parts of plus size yoga. This is helpful for me on my journey. When I first started out, I was 300 pounds. And now I'm learning how to do yoga and teach yoga now that I'm down to about 210 pounds, working my way back to 180. So sit back or relax or grab your mat and get on down here and do some yoga with me and Jessamyn Stanley. So I'm going to start her video.
On OnlyFans. We'll put a link down below so you can check those out.
All right, so this is.
Hi, how's it going? What's good, y'all? How is your day going today? My name is Jessamyn Stanley, and welcome to my channel. Here we practice the yoga of everyday life, and today we are going to do a very beginner-friendly flow. This is going to be so good if you've never practiced yoga before, but you're like, bitch, I really want to get on the mat. I want to see what this yoga thing is about. I want to have fun. I want to feel like I did some shit, but I'm not trying to do the most. You don't actually need any props for this practice, but I think props are amazing. I've got some blocks here, got a strap here, might reach for them at some point, but you don't actually need anything other than your beautiful self. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and become a member of the Underbelly here on YouTube by going over to our subscribe page. You can hit that, you can become a member, and then you can take lots of classes just like this one. But that's enough of that. Let's get into the flow for today. I'm gonna face you. You can face the front of your mat. It's kind of what makes the most sense for you. But literally, we're just gonna start finding a standing position feels comfortable for you. We're gonna find your mountain pose. Traditionally, mountain pose is practiced with the feet together, big toes touching, maybe a couple inches in between the heels. You can also bring the heels together, but I like to go kind of wide for mountain pose. You can go wider than hip distance apart. You can go hip distance apart. You can bring feet together. It's whatever makes the most sense for you. But just sink in here. Feel the weight go through every part of your foot, from your toes through your heels, and get heavy. Let your knees get soft too. Oh, relax your shoulders. And as you stand here, you let your body get soft, start to curl in on itself, and just start swinging your arms from side to side. Take up space. So much of our lives, we're trying not to take up space. Trying to take up as little space as possible. Here, take up a lot of space. Go wide. You might hit the wall. You might hit your children. You might hit the dog. You might hit your partner. And then as you're ready, let your head go side to side too. You can look behind you. Your arms are gonna slap your body. It's good. Feel yourself. Touch yourself. Get present. Feel every part of your body. You can touch your legs, your belly, your boobs, your arms. And you can fall around. You see I'm falling from side to side? It's all good. It's literally verbatim. All good. And then when you've had enough of that, come back to center. Draw your right knee into your chest. Now this is a place where you might be like, bitch, Jessamyn, I cannot balance this way. So if that's the case, go over to the wall. Put your hand on the wall. It's literally perfect. Bring your right knee up to your chest. And you can, I think when you got belly going on, it's nice to bring the right knee kind of out to the side. So you can bring it out to the side. And if it's hard to get the grip, take your strap. Use that to get the grip. You can also bring the knee onto the wall. It's really whatever makes the most sense for you. So you have hand on the wall. You have both Hands around the knee. You're rooting into the left big toe the whole time. And you're just seeing what's going on. You see, I'm coming out of the pose, I'm stabilizing my hips. You're really just trying to see what's going on in your body without shame and without judgment. What if nothing is bad about your body? What if you were made this way on purpose? Flex your toes and then drop that right leg down. Hello, right hip. How's it going? How you doing? Left knee to chest. So you're rooting into your right big toe, and this is just going to tell you a lot about what feels good. You might want to bring the left knee out to the side. You might want to bring your right hand onto your hip. You might want to grab that strap. You could put your foot on a chair if you have a chair handy. I've got this plant right here, so I'm just going to bring my foot here. This is dope. You can bring your hand onto the wall. Ooh. This is yummy. Pressing into that right big toe. That'll help you swing the hips into the same line. You can also, if it feels good, you can bring your knee onto the wall. Oh. You're just seeing what's going on in the hip joint. You're saying hello to the hip flexor, to the psoas muscle. You're seeing what's going on in your body. Reach up underneath your left thigh. Take one more breath like this, and then let that go. Mm-hmm. Inhale your arms up and overhead. And you can do this. I'm bringing my feet together. That just makes me feel a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more stable, but that is a personal choice. You can have your feet wide. Interlace the fingers. You interlace the fingers, but you let the pointer fingers go up to the sky and the thumbs cross over one another. Shoulders are relaxed. Let me turn around so you can see me. Oh. Relax your butt. You're gonna want to squeeze your butt a little bit. Just say hello to your body. Reaching up, and you're reaching up, yes, but you're also pushing the ground away with your feet. And you may be seated right now. If you're seated, same thing. You're pushing the ground away with your seat, with your butt, but lifting up through your arms. Drawing your chest forward. And now let's just do some little drop downs. So you can drop, inhale up through your fingertips up to the sky, and then exhale, drop over to your left. Stretching through that side of your body. You can come back up through center, and then drop over to the right. And just keep going like this at your own pace. Dropping side to side. Let your head be heavy. Just drop from side to side as it feels right. Oh, yes. You are so powerful, so strong, so capable. When you're ready, come back up through center. Exhale the arms down by your side. Very nice. Shake them out. Roll your head around. Shake your arms out. Okay. Now step up to the top of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips. We're going to keep the right leg where it is, but step the left leg back behind you. You're going to press into the back edge of your left foot. And your left foot is turned at a 45-ish degree angle. It's somewhere in there. You're going to square your hips toward the front edge of your mat. Really press actively into the back edge of your left foot. Press into your right big toe. You're going to wiggle your feet so that they're hips distance apart from one another. Just check that out, see what's going on. And then pick up your belly. I'm going to reach inside my leggings, or inside my shorts, and place it to firmly the inside of my right thigh. Really get intimate with yourself. And then sink deep into that right knee. You're pressing actively into the back edge of the left foot. That will tell you how deep you can sink. Relax the shoulders, and then spiral the left arm up to the sky. Bring the right arm up, warrior one. Powerful. Extending up through the top fingers. Press into that right big toe. You can interlace the fingers up at the top if that feels good, or you can reach up. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. You got this. And then bring the hands to the hips. Extend the right leg towards straight. Parallel your feet. Let's do that on the other side. So you're going to turn your left foot so that it's parallel with the long edge of your mat. The right foot is going to be at like a 45-degree angle. The feet are heel to heel, but the feet are also at about hips distance apart. It's kind of a weird thing. Like there's some alignment things in yoga that you'll be like, bitch, what? And like, that's okay. It doesn't have to make sense today. It's not a big deal. You're not doing it wrong. You're perfect. So press into the back edge of your right foot. Press into your left big toe. And using those two anchor points, sink deep into your left knee. Keep the hands on the hips for now. Really square the hips forward. Relax your shoulders. And then start with your right arm. Spiral the right arm up to the sky. Reach up through the right fingertips. Bring the left arm up. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Smile. You are so powerful. This proves so much. Just even like falling out of this posture right now, you're a bad bitch. You can do anything. You find your way back in. If your feet are tingling right now, like my feet are lit the fuck up right now. It feels like there are like pinpoints, like someone's like taken a fucking, I don't even know what, like a pin needle, pin cushion, a porcupine foot for sure. That's good. That's your foot waking up. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. You got this. And then extend that left leg straight. Bring the hands onto your hips. Parallel your feet. You are so powerful. Let's turn that right foot out so that it is parallel with the long edge of your mat. Again, this time keep the left foot parallel with the short edge of your mat. Check out your feet. See that the heel of your right foot is coming into the arch of your back foot. Just check that out. See what's going on. And then from here, we're going to use this anchor of the back foot. Press into the back edge of the back foot. Press into that right big toe. And then sink deep into the right knee. We're coming into warrior two pose. And again with the belly, pick up the belly. Place it to the inside of your thighs. So the last time we were squaring the hips to the front edge of the mat. This time we're going to square the hips to the side. So get, like literally, I'm putting my hands so that they frame my crotch and really spread the pelvis open. I go into a lot more detail about anatomy in my naked yoga classes on OnlyFans. We'll put a link down below so that you can check those out too. So if you want to get into the nitty gritty of these postures, go over to OnlyFans. But here, I'm just, even with clothes on, picking up my butt cheeks, picking up my belly, squaring the pelvis open. Try to line up that front knee, front ankle. Your body is going to start to tremble and shake. That's good. That means that you're coming into the posture. Balance isn't actually stability. It's not stillness. Balance is the space in between the quivers. Bring the arms out so they're parallel with the ground. Relax the shoulders. Gaze over the front fingertips. Powerful, strong. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. One more breath here. You are so strong. Hell yeah. Then extend that right leg towards straight. Parallel your feet. You know what it is. Next side. Turn the left foot out. And bring your hands onto your hips. So not onto your belly roll. Not up here at your waist. Bring them right up underneath. Onto your hips. Check out your feet. See that the heel of that front foot is coming into the arch of your back. Press into the back edge of your right foot. Press into your left big toe. Use that anchor point to sink deep into the left knee. So what tends to happen in this posture is that the front knee and the front ankle will be like really far away from one another. It might be like this, where the front knee is like back a little bit, or it could be that the front knee is jutting really far forward. Just keep wiggling that foot around till you find the alignment. You'll know that you found it when your body starts to tremble. That's usually the place where we're like, I can't do this. This is too much. I can't do it. That's fine. But notice what other parts of your life you tell yourself you can't do it. Bring the arms out so they're parallel with the ground. Gaze over your front fingertips. Pelvis is squared out to the side. Ha. Release your jaw, gaze over the front fingertips. Heart open. Breathe. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. Take one more big breath here. Then extend that left leg straight. Parallel your feet. Hands onto your hips. You got this. If you need to, you can definitely drop down to your knees. You can bring the feet together. Whatever feels good. But if you want, lean into your inner masochist. Turn that right leg out. So the right foot is parallel with the long edge of the mat again. Left foot can turn in a little bit more. Heel to heel alignment again here. Press into that right big toe. Press into the whole of your left foot. Hands are on the hips. And then with the hands on the hips, just draw the hips back. Draw the pelvis back a little bit. Every time I do stuff like this, my tongue pops out too. It's because the body is aligned. So like if your body is making any weird sounds or doing anything strange, it's all good. It's all good. It's all gravy. Now I'm going to take my hand onto a block here. So I'm going to bring a block underneath my right hand. I'm going to place it right behind my right shin. So you can bring your hand onto your shin. You can bring your hand onto your ankle. You can hook your big toe. You can bring the right foot down to the ground behind your right leg and bring the left arm up to the sky. We're coming into triangle pose. Now, triangle pose, there's a different triangle for everybody. I'm gonna take a couple blocks actually. And we have, if you are looking for yoga blocks, we've got some in the Underbelly shop. We'll drop a link down below so that you can check that out. Left arm comes up to the sky. I'm gonna wiggle this out just a little bit. Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid to change the posture around. Get into it. Decide you want something different. Even if you practice unsupported with no block. Press into the right big toe. Take one more big breath here. You are so... Then bring that left hand to your left hand. Bend into that right knee. Bring your right hand to your hip. Parallel. You are so strong. You are so strong and you've got this. And we're going to hit this on the left side. So you turn your left foot out so that it's parallel with the long edge of your mat. Heel to heel alignment. You're going to turn so the 45-degree angle with that back foot is back. Just kind of check that out, see what's going on. You're really pressing fully into that right foot. Pressing into the left big toe. Hands are on the hips. Shift the hips back. Back, back, back. That left hand can come down onto your shin, come onto your ankle, down to the ground. Right arm can come up to the top. Extending through the crown of your head. Smile. Hand can be on blocks. You do whatever feels good for you. If you're really wanting a little bit extra, you can take your hand off the ground entirely. Hello, core work. Hello. Spiraling the heart open. Gracious. Gratitude. Life is beautiful, even when it's bullshit. Smile up to the sky. One more big breath. And then come on back up. Come on back up. Parallel your feet. Bring your hands onto your hips. Draw your heart up to the sky. Relax the shoulders. Inhale the heart up. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Now here, put a huge bend in your knees. Let your head come down and be heavy. This is a great place for blocks. Bring your hands onto blocks. You can bring your head onto a block. Oh, that is dreamy. Oh my God. Whew. Shoulders relaxed. Settle in. Send your hip points to the sky. The same way that your head is getting heavy, in the opposite direction, let your hips go up to the sky. And you can reach back and pull your butt cheeks apart. Spread your thighs apart. Shoulders relaxed. And then drop down to your knees. Take your time. And you can sit on your knees. You can also sit on your butt. So truly, if you want to come down onto your butt, cross your legs, you can have your legs extended out wide. Whatever it takes for you to feel steady. And the more space you take up, the better. Let every part of yourself get soft. You don't require an explanation. You were made this way on purpose. Close your eyes. Bring one hand over your heart. Bring the other over your belly. Say thank you to yourself for bringing you this far, carrying you through, for always being there, always being you. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Drop your gaze down. When you're ready, bring your gaze up and blink your eyes open. Thank you for practicing yoga. And no matter what happens, you got this. I believe in you. I'll see you next time. The reason that yoga has become so popular now is because we all just need to feel a connection to something that is bigger than this like technological, world. It's got to be about figuring out who we really are. Remembering that it's about being so strong, so powerful all through your life. Restoring your spirit is all about finding the keys to see within yourself and to really be quiet enough and enough. Most yoga flows are some kind of treat for yourself. One in particular gives you an opportunity for solitude and space. It's about really just giving up to the postures and allowing your body to become more open. Hey guys, I'm so glad that you were able to join me today. And today's yoga class is all about restoring our bodies. And a lot of times whenever we think about getting a good yoga practice in, we don't think about the slower actions or the more yin style moves. In yoga, we tend to think of things in terms of yin, which is slower, versus yang, which is more frenetic. A lot of the yang movements are really popular in Western culture because they lead to like accelerated heart rate and getting a lot of like extra flexibility time in and learning endurance and cardiovascular things and all of that really awesome stuff. But the yin style actions have to be worked in as well because they give you that balance. And especially in terms of working on flexibility, there's no better way than to just stay in a pose, holding it, breath to let you go deeper into it, and allowing your body to truly relax. Because often we're not really relaxed, even whenever we're trying to be relaxed. And this class is going to give you an opportunity to learn some poses that will give you so much calm. You could jump into one of them in the middle of your day and it'll help you calm down just like that. I always think that props are awesome whenever you're doing a supported class. I would grab as many as you have on hand. If you have that, if you got a yoga blanket, grab that, or a regular blanket, grab that. But at the very least, get 2 blocks and a strap, and you'll be ready to get things going. So first, we're going to pose. Child's pose is an extremely common pose in yoga that seems like it's going to be easy for everyone, but typically if you're larger bodied, it can be very, very painful. So just to start out, I'm going to show you the traditional way that people practice it, and then we're going to talk through some of the issues that can happen with it. So typically you start trying to keep your hips back at your heels, knees together. You drape your torso over your legs and you allow your arms to come forward. So already, I don't even, even just starting to come into this shape, it's a very uncomfortable shape for me personally. One of the main issues here is that if you have a large belly, this is just in the way. And so whenever you fold forward over yourself, you're like bubbled all the way up. It feels like hell. So the first thing that you want to do is make space for that. I like to slide my thighs really far apart from each other. Some people are like, yeah, just a little bit of a V. I'm like, take up the whole length of your mat. Do whatever it is that you need to do to be comfortable, because there's no scale for this. It's not like, well, if I'm doing it like that person over there, then it's not right. That's not how it is. You just do whatever it is that you need to do. Second issue is that whenever you are trying to keep your hips back here at your heels, if you've got a big butt, that's basically not a thing. Like when I slide forward here, my butt just comes up because it has to. It's not a criticism or anything. It's just anatomy. So be comfortable with that. And especially whenever you're practicing this pose at the end of your yoga practice, it's going to be like you're kind of sprawling all the way forward and your butt might even be in the air. That's totally fine. But so you spread your thighs apart. You try to keep your hips back at your heels if you can, but you don't obsess over it. And then you start to allow your torso to drape forward. Now, this is a great place also. If you've got a blanket, you can slide underneath the fronts of your knees right here, or you could even roll it up and slide it in the back crease of your knees, just to give you a little bit of extra support. Anyway, so we walk our arms forward, draping the torso down, relaxing the shoulders at every step. My forehead comes down to the ground. If yours does not, grab a block, stick it under, put your head on top. nice and supported. And just breathe here. Initially, you may just be thinking, oh my God, I'm in this shape. What am I going to do? So allow the first couple of breaths to be about that. And then start to let go of that thought. Release your obsession. Release your need to please. And as you do that, allow yourself to walk just a little bit further forward. Allow your shoulders to relax. If your head's on the block, you may even decide to move that out of the way. Let it relax down. And just stay here for as many breaths as you want. This is a great introduction to a yoga practice. It's also a great way to take a little break as you're moving from posture to posture. But you want to make space and accommodate your body. Let's all take one more breath here, just like this. And then start to walk yourself back up. Walk it up. Walk it up. And then slide your legs out from underneath you. Come to sit on your butt. So the next pose that we're going to do is called a seated forward bend. And one thing that's not really thought about, if you are sitting down in general, whenever people say like, yeah, sit down, and especially if you're supposed to kind of feel yourself plugging into the ground, they are like, oh, that's going to happen magically. If you have a big butt, you're not feeling anything plug into the ground except your butt, you're just sitting on top of cushions essentially. So what I personally have to do is manually move my butt out from underneath me. It's a whole thing. It's not a big deal. Just scoot it out. Underneath all of that beautiful butt cushioning, there are sits bones, which you want to kind of start to feel plug into the ground. So I'm moving my butt out from underneath me. Feel them plugging in. And as I'm doing that, my legs start to separate a little bit into hips distance apart. A lot of times whenever we talk about being seated, it's always about having the legs together, flexing the toes up to the sky, sitting up tall so that when you fold forward, you come all down like this. But you see how my legs have already started to splay apart? If you're big bodied and especially if you have a belly, that's just not a thing. It does not feel comfortable to make this shape. And so please feel totally comfortable continuing to move forward with your legs together. But if you're like me and you want to feel good, spread your legs to hips distance apart or whatever makes the most sense for you. Make space for your belly. Don't pretend like your body parts aren't there. Don't disrespect that. Even if it is larger than what somebody else has told you that it should be, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be there or that your body doesn't deserve to be there. So right now, I'm gonna make space for my belly. Opening everything up, got my sits bones plugging into the ground. Now I grab my strap. And this is the thing. You may decide that you're like, no, I want to try to reach down for my feet when we go into this forward fold. But I really think it's nice to just go ahead and get yourself set up for comfort. And then if you decide to go further, then you go forward further, but it's no pressure. So I loop the strap around the soles of my feet, holding on to the sides of the strap, flexing the feet into the strap. Oh, this is going to be so good. I can already tell. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Feel those sits bones really plugging in. And then exhale, start to walk yourself forward. And so this is an important thing. It's not like you're rounding your spine down. It's more like you're pumping your heart forward so that even as your belly is here and it's present, you're not ignoring it. You're allowing it the space to eventually, maybe over years, maybe decades, you're allowing it to eventually flatten down and your spine to lengthen out. But let's just breathe here a couple breaths. Pointing the heart forward, rolling the thighs in toward each other, even if the legs are separated, flexing the toes up to the sky. You might walk so far forward with your strap that you reach for the sides of your feet. But you don't have to obsess over this. Everyone's always like, I can't do yoga, I can't touch my toes. That's not like a symbol of whether or not you're a good person. Who cares if you can touch your toes or not? Use a strap, don't use a strap, it doesn't matter. But if you find yourself when you're holding your feet, if you find yourself pulling into the pose, go back to your strap. But on the inhales, you're just lengthening out, and then exhale, folding forward. Flex your toes. Roll the thighs in toward each other. Relax your head and your neck. Shake them out. Take one more breath, just like this. Then exhale. Walk yourself back up. Walk it up, walk it up. Lose your strap. Now here we go. We're going to go into one of my favorite postures. This is Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. I like it because I think it's like a pretty natural human traction. It's something that feels good for a lot of people. But you're going to bring the soles of your feet together so that your legs come into kind of a diamond shape. Technically, you are supposed to bring your heels as close to your groin as is comfortable. Some of us, that might be like, kind of shine bright like a diamond. Some of us, it might be like a very tight, very tight diamond shape. Whatever feels the best for you is whatever you need to do. But what you should do, especially if you have thick thighs, but honestly, for anybody, you can take your blocks, slide them underneath your thighs, and give yourself a little extra support. This is nice because sometimes when you just have the thighs up, hanging out like this, just in the air, it can feel the gravity pressing down on you, can feel kind of intense in a way that's unpleasant. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get that experience, but if you want for it to be really yummy and restorative, take your blocks, slide them under the thighs. I like to hook my big toes for this. Some people like to hold the sides of their feet. It's whichever you would prefer. But on the inhale, you're going to sit up tall. Keep pressing those sits bones into the ground. Move your butt out of the way if you need to. Start to pump forward, though, just like we were doing in our seated forward fold. Relax your shoulders down. Relax your head and your neck. You don't have to obsess over getting your head down to your feet or to the ground or anything like that. That's not a mark of what the pose is or what it's giving you. Take another 2 breaths here. One more. Walk yourself back up. Walk it up, walk it up. Slide your blocks out of the way. Extend your legs, shake them out. Now, this last pose that we're going to do is probably, honestly, the most difficult pose of yoga, though not everybody likes to acknowledge that. It's called Shavasana. It's corpse pose. Whenever we do it, it's going to look like we're just laying down. That's awesome. And you can take it as that. Please enjoy it. But really what this is a complete submission to the universe. You are giving up every bit of life that you have and allowing yourself to be absorbed into this earth. You are going to close your eyes. And then when you open your eyes, you come back seeing things that you could not see before. So take this as less of an opportunity to take a nap and an opportunity to soak up and to submit. So I like to slide back. Just a little bit, extending my legs really wide, extending my arms wide. I like to take up space in Shavasana. Some people like to have their arms and legs very close to one another, but as a reminder to who you are, to spread open. And you may wiggle your feet side to side at first to lose any little excess energy that might be held in there. You might shake out your arms, your shoulders a little bit, just to work out the kinks, but eventually come to a place of silence, both inner quiet and outer. Allow your breath to mellow. And keeping the eyes closed. Relaxing the shoulders. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bend your knees into your chest. Drop them over to the side. Use the strength of your hands to press up into the seated position. Bring the palms together at your heart and open your eyes. I'm often asked, what are the spiritual benefits of yoga? How is spiritual? What does that mean? And I'm frequently confused by that question because every single piece of this practice speaks to the piece of ourselves that knows no belief system, that doesn't exist, doesn't go to a job. It is a piece of who we have always been and something that speaks to a larger truth about this world. And so if you're looking for something that can give you understanding of who you really, truly are, you can't look any further. There's no need to look any further in this practice.
Thank you.